Good morning, traders. This is the second part of the daily webinar and the weekly outlook. So let's go. We're going to start with the cryptos. Let's start with the cryptos first. So we'll start with Bitcoin. Yeah, as expected, it's going up. So literally, you should be in this trade already. But if you're very aggressive, those who were following us in the room, if you're very aggressive, you would probably take it from one of these flags. Any one of those flags would have been good to come back to the top. Right? By the time one of these flags get there, you put an entry order to sell it. So if it drops, you're out of the trade. If it goes, you're in the trade. If you're in this trade, watch it when it breaks this top. By the time it breaks that top, you put this with an entry order to sell. So if they break the top and drop and make a new low, you're out of the trade, right? So same thing. See, it's going up. It's doing the minimum that we expect it to do, which is 1, 2, 3. It could break this top. It will break that up, very likely. When it breaks that up, that's when you have to be careful to know if they're going to make one more down or if they're going to continue to go. You don't have to know that now. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Just put the entry order and manage the trade. XRP also going up. This is the top of this trade. That's not anything. I was explaining something to my traders. Some of my traders got in here, so I was explaining to them this morning that if this is making a flat here, right, it could drop back lower. So you would have to put this entry order to break even, which means you'll put it somewhere here. You'll put an order to sell. So if they drop, you sell. You look for a buy when it breaks a low again. From here, you repeat the process, buy again. If you're going to buy this on the breakout, you have to either wait for it to break out, make a flag, or the entry order above that top. But it's a buy setup, right? All of them. I think the same situation we had in every one of them. This one, you can put it there, but I don't think you'd want to keep it there. That's pretty far away. If you're looking at this flag and you bought that flag, that's good. That's a flat, so I'll be careful with this one, which means this could go here, come back here, go there, come back, drop again, right? So if you buy this, when it goes a little more, make a pullback up, put that into break even. So if this drops, you're out of the trade and repeat the process, buy back from here. Even if it breaks the low, it will have to come back here and then drop. If it doesn't break the low, this could take off. So, which you don't have to know. You just have to take the trade and manage it. ADA, pretty much same thing, right? So the good buy in ADA would have actually been this one. And now you would put that to entry order to thing. If you want to keep this for the buy, once it breaks through there, watch this stop here. Right, that's where you're going to put it. I would also be careful of this. If I get a flag, if we get a flag here, this could be a good buy setup to break. Now, there's a good chance it might come here, retest the low, and then go, because this sharp wave is kind of like, you know, a possibility of a flat there, come back here, and then go. So you'd have to get out of this and then look for a buy setup from here going. Let's see which one. If it's just taking off right now, that is okay. That's a good trade. And they're all coming up, so I don't know. No magic, exactly as we expected them to go. That's what they're doing. This one I probably wouldn't have bought here because this is very flat. So I would have taken that off. You have to keep the entry above this stop. When it breaks through, go, it breaks the stop. Put an entry to sell it here. If they drop as a flat, you'll be out of the trade. If they continue to go, good luck with you for a very nice long-term trade. I think we have the same thing for everyone. Same here. This is a little different because we broke the top. So you have to keep this above the top unless you take a small flag here and you're going to, you know, play with a small trade first. It could still be an expanding flat. We spoke about that. And this could take off. Well, above the top is how we normally trade expanding flats. If you're buying a flag at the bottom here, when it gets to the top there, you'll have to move it. Well, you would already have enough to put it to break even and it goes, right? And Link, pretty much the same thing. It's actually still in the correction. So there's a good chance, you know, this is going to break out. It's moving really fast. Can they drop one more? Yeah, it's still possible. So if you took this flag, at this point, you're putting that to break even. So if they drop, they go. If you're waiting for the breakout, any flag you get before you can take. If they break out, take you. That's a trade. You put it to break even because they can all make one more low. We already decided that. Some of them already broke the low, so they will make one more low. Same here, and I'll just continue like that, right? You can just go on like that. Say this one almost break the low, so there's a good chance that this is just a flat. Right, this would just come here and then drop back, and that would be a perfect flat pattern for one more down and then upside. You can go back here. Same thing, this one broke the low, so this one is definitely going to make a running flat. We broke the low. I don't see any contracting flat in here, so it's likely going to do this and drop one more. And then we'll start to buy from the low going up. They're all pretty much the same. ETH. This broke the low, so running flat. This broke the top, so maybe this is a running flat. This looks very nice for a running flat here. But this is going up really slow, right? So if this starts to drop from here, we will go with this flat. We'll go with that top, and we'll go with this flat for a sell to break the low and then go back up. If it's going up, I wouldn't buy this. So there's so many better choices. I wouldn't trade this opposite. Right? Just pick another one. Why you pick this? AMP, let's see what this is. Come on. Hey, what the hell is wrong here? Everything froze up. Somebody from the crypto don't want me to show all of this. All right, they just freeze up my charts. Let's go. Okay. What the hell is wrong now? Sorry, guys. See, everything froze up, so it could be a problem with my trading view charts. Anybody's having a problem with trading view charts? Or it's just my side? Can any of my trader refresh one of your trading view charts and see if it's working? Well, somebody who have more than one open. Yeah, it's working actually, right? So we'll see. We're back on link. Let's go. I think we were already in this one. And this broke the low. We're in ETH. Let's see what this does. That broke the low. The same thing. We actually passed on this AMP. I think we're in this one, right? Yeah, this one is nice because we didn't break the low, so you can look for a buy setup here. By the time it gets to the top, you can put it to break even. This one should be okay. No, this broke the top, so you have to be careful. It's not a bad one, but this would probably be a running flat because this one looks like we're going to break that top, right? So if we're breaking the top, we'll go to expanding flat here. If you follow us last week, you'll know that that was an option. So if you actually bought there, once it gets to this level, you put it to break even, and now you're lucky it's going, so it might go through the top. Now the question, could this be the start of the big upside? Yes. Could it also just be a bigger flat for one more down? Very possible. So it could also just do this, come here, and then come right back down, make a new low. And that'd be okay. It could literally take off and go all the way to the top. So which one? You don't have to know. You just have to manage the trade. And again, go back to the bigger picture. See, from where they are here, this could totally go back all the way back to the top here. Or it could make a big flat in here, right? You might end up with a big flat here. This one just go up like this and, pull back, go, pull back, go, pull back, drop like this. Go back like that. You get a flat here now. You kind of retest the low. And then you go up, making this a 1, 2, 3 structure before you go up. See, there are a million ways of how this could develop. You don't need to know it. You just need to take one piece at a time as you're going, right? And if you can manage your trade properly, you'll be okay. This one is probably broke. This one is going to be a running flat because we broke the top. Let's see. This started drop from here. This would be a good sell. And this. Going to break out. This one is pretty high. You see that correction is pretty high. This is the low. They're going very nice. If that breaks, we'll break the top. So this is a good one actually for a buy. This one is not a bad one for a buy. Look, if you get a flag earlier, it's a better buy because it's pretty much about about 618 or so. So it's pretty high. It's not at the low. And this. And you can watch a number of them. There are a number of other ones we're watching. Doesn't matter what you watch, they all probably have the same structure. Now, I don't think this could go up. This could also just drop from here, right? This could drop from right around here, go down lower. So this is not one I would buy. I'll take off the buy here, unless you get a flag. So if you get a flag somewhere here, then you go for the buy. Okay, I think we've completed that. Let's go very quick through these. Natural gas, it's going sideways. We did make a pretty much big expanding flat here. So if you get a flag here, you could take this trade to break the top. There's a good chance it will break the top, but if it goes slow, put it to break even, take it off. It has to go really fast. Okay, so this didn't make one more high. We spoke about that. Now the question is, how do we look at this single piece here? How do we look at this? Do we still put this with the entire flat here, assuming that this is an expanding flat in there? That's a possibility. Especially since you come to that top there. If it breaks the stop, and it likely could, we'll start to look for sell setups. If this sell setup is just a running flat like this, which means if it comes here and go back up, no problem. We'll get enough here, profit, and then take that and then done again. So we're going to be stuck in this consolidation for this week and maybe next week, and maybe for the next couple of months. So remember I said, when you can take this buy, but you have to take it with caution. A lot of caution. Last week you spoke about it. Go back, watch the webinar. I'll be careful. I'll close my trade, and I'm not sure whether I want this one. If I get a big one like this again, you could repeat it. But with a big one like that, this is all the impulse you get. So as it comes to the top, we start to look for sell setup rather than buy setup. UK oil is the same thing. Let's see this. Yep, it finally did break the top, but it's now a big consolidation. So if you were still in the buy and you kept it, depends on how you trade it. I think you should have closed it for break even, but if you kept it, you got to be careful now. All right, Tesla, it's coming up. You should be in that buy. We know this was going to go up, right? And it's coming back right back to the top, and it could literally break out or just make another flat and drop again. Amazon. Okay, you can keep this sell setup here for a while, but if you break that up and make a flag, if they break this stop here and make any flag, that goes upside. Right? But if they drop from there, you can get one more sell. US 30. Yeah, turn out right? So this is a perfect buy, and this one could go all the way back to the top here. Those who were in with us last week for the 1 week, you had a step-by-step, very detailed analysis of how it works, where we sell, where we bought, why we close the trade, when we are closing trade, how we're closing trade. Right? So, yeah, this could go back all the way to the top. It might even break out, or it could come back lower. Pretty much easy, right? All of them. You were there, and now these trades are good. This one was from here. Let me take this out. That was the sell. This is the buy. And all of them has buy setups, and those are really wonderful trades, amazing trades. See, these were sells. I'll take these off. That was just a top. This was a, and this was a buy. Yeah, this buy absolutely. This was two buys actually. The first buy, and then you got a second buy, and you can keep both of them to break that up. So good trading. Let's see what Nifty is doing. It's coming up back. You should look for the buy setup. Wait for a flag above the top. Now that you break out the top, wait for a flag above the top, and then go for this up impulse. Again, it might just come back to the top here. It might just, you need a flag here because it could just come back to the top and go back again. But I think there's a good chance you could break out. So good. I think you've got that. Stop the recording.